Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing my review for One Piece Chapter 870, and man, what a chapter! We got a lot of stuff in this one. Right off the bat, I want to talk about Sanji and his development. Now, a lot of people have been thinking that Sanji's thing about being about trying to save his family, it's all because he's had a character change or whatnot. But at the end of the day, we see his opinions of his family haven't really changed at all. Like to him, it's more just a thing where he's fulfilling his own obligations and his own and he's just doing it for basically his own ideals. Like the way it is going. The way I think Sanji's mind is working at this point is that he doesn't want to see his family killed, only for the simple purpose that he doesn't want the fact that he let them die on their conscience. So then when the day finally comes that he returns to East Blue and he faces Zeph, he can truly call himself a man, because as goofy as Sanji gets with this whole thing about women and whatnot, we can't forget that at the end of the day he still considers himself a man, and he wants to act as such, and his chivalry is of course part of that, but that at the end of the day, Sanji himself, he considers himself a true man, and he wants to show, and that's the one thing he wants everyone to remember him by, that he is a man of his own. And I guess, and part of that is of course that he doesn't want to, he doesn't want, as bad as they are, he doesn't want to see anyone's death on his conscience. So it's just him fulfilling his duty as a man. It's not really anything familiar, really. Like he already cut ties with his family long ago. But yeah, so yeah, there's that too. Um, Also, one big gripe I had about this chapter, and I'm hoping it's not true, is hoping it's not the way it's gonna go. Hoping it's gonna go down differently than what I'm expecting it to. But I had hope. The way this chapter was playing out, I had hope that Luffy would just end up escaping with everyone. But then the final page happened. Now, on Sanji's side, I understand of wanting to protect his family. That part I get. But Luffy jumping in, I'm like, Luffy. Just when I think you finally listen to someone, then you go and do that shit. Now, I guess we could say it's just all part of Luffy's character, but at the same time, part of me just wants him to use his brain a little more and just escape with everyone else. I mean, I know Sanji was there, but still. So he just wanted to make sure Sanji got out alive, but still, it's like, Luffy, listen to everyone for once in your goddamn life, because now I'm holding out hope that they're not actually going to defeat Big Mom, just a layer, and then find an opening to escape. But in that situation, there's only two ways I can see this happening. The first is that this is probably a good time for Luffy to get his awakening power, I think, because if it, there doesn't really seem to be any other way to. I don't think his how Luffy is right now. I still have very little faith that he's a chance of defeating Big Mom. Now, granted, there is all these. There's all these other elements there too. Like we have the Germa, we have Sanji there too. We have all these people, but from what we saw, the Germa themselves, themselves, surprisingly not, are not even a match for Big Mom. The Germa got dusted in this. The Germa, or especially Reiju, definitely got dusted in this chapter. Like so, it's like, yeah, Big Mom ain't nothing to fuck with. So if Luffy is gonna have a chance of doing anything, I think Oda is gonna have to awaken. Is gonna have to give Luffy his awakening power, but at that point, it's one of those things where I wouldn't want. At that point, I think the only option for in order for Oda at that point of doing his awakening would be to, in fact, of giving Luffy his awakening would be to defeat Big Mom. But so yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword on that belief. But and then that leads to my other one. Has anyone noticed something throughout these last couple chapters? Pudding is not anywhere to be fucking seen. Now, one could argue she's just kind of gotten mixed in with the crowd, but honestly, after her little brief talk with Sanji about who is trying to fool, is she trying to fool herself or is she trying to fool her family about her true feelings or whatnot? I get the feeling Pudding is going to do something because a lot of times throughout this arc, I noticed that Oda has done a lot of classic misdirection. Like first we thought Jinbei was going to die in this arc, and then we thought the Vince Smokes were going to die. And now, granted, the Vince Smokes could actually die. The Vince Smokes could in fact actually die in this chapter. That one's still open for debate. Even Beige could die, although I'm not 100% putting my chips on that book, considering that Beige is still technically their whole means of escaping. So unless he dies from his wounds after they escape, that's the one thing I could think of with that in that scenario. And then the other thing is and then the other thing, but then. But then, like I said, there's. But then, at the end of the day, I think it's Pudding who, at the end of the day, has the biggest death flag here. Because if she hasn't, if she had that little talk with Sanji, and then she hasn't appeared, I've got a feeling that Oda is going to kill her. Honestly, like I think. And the thing about it is that if Pudding is planning to, in fact, go ahead and betray her family, then Big Mom is going to kill her without any remorse whatsoever. Because as we see in this chapter 2, when the whole exchange between Big Mom and Chiffon happened, and Chiffon was trying to protect her family and saying, "Hey, Beige is here and my baby's here," and then that didn't do jack shit. Like at that point, I think Chiffon was either considered a traitor to Big Mom, or it's just the fact that she pretty much looked like Lola, and that's the main reason why, and that's still intact. The main reason as to why, as to what that Big Mom gave as to why she attacked Chiffon is because Chiffon looks like Lola. So Big Mom will in fact kill her own children for pretty much any number of reasons, for any number of stupid or meaningful, depending on your point of view, reasons. And I think if Pudding does in fact manage to delay Big Mom long enough for the Straw Hats or Luffy and Sanji and all them to escape, and that's probably means that she is in fact the one with the biggest death flag on her right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, like this chapter, it was Oda's whole classic a lot of it, I think, was basically Oda's whole classic misdirection of thinking, oh, this person's gonna die, this person's gonna. Nope. I think I have an idea of who's gonna die and who is at this point. And right now, considering that we haven't, like I said, considering we haven't seen Pudding, I think all the pieces are pointed towards her right now. But yeah, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Did you like it, or what do you think? Do you think Pudding does? Do you think we end up getting so wrapped up in thinking all these other people are gonna die that we ended up forgetting about Pudding and that she probably is the one with the biggest death flag on her? And how do you think the Straw Hats are even gonna get out of this, or do you think Luffy's gonna go ahead and fight Big Mom? Like honestly, part of me just genuinely hopes that Luffy isn't gonna defeat Big Mom, and that Big Mom is gonna play a larger part in this whole the Big Mom is going to play a larger part down the line of the story in these throne wars that are going to be going down. That Del Flamingo predicted. Like I don't want Big Mom to be defeated yet. I want her to take part in the Throne Wars arc that of course is yet to come. The Throne Wars to become Pirate King that is yet to come. That's my biggest thing right now is that I don't want Big Mom defeated. I want her to actually play a part later down the story in this Throne Wars arc that Oda has yet to do, which that shit's gonna be fucking insane. We all know it. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.